From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, July the 31st, 2023. In a historic first, all 15 justices on Israel's High Court will hear the petitions that were filed last week against the reasonableness law, which limits the review of the judiciary on governmental decisions, which passed in the Knesset just last week. The Times of Israel reports this is the first time in Israel's history that all 15 justices will preside over a hearing, which is set for September the 12th. After the passage of the reasonableness law by the coalition, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said talks on the judicial reforms were still possible. Opposition leader Yair Lapid addressed the Knesset yesterday on the issue, saying a halt in legislation first has to happen in order for any return to talks. Lapid said the only possible solution and the only thing that will allow a return to negotiations is a freeze in the legislation. The government and the opposition, he said, should jointly enact an 18-month moratorium. Lapid also claimed that before the passage of the law last Monday, the parties were close to an understanding, but that far-right members of the coalition pressured Netanyahu. Lapid said on Monday, both the president and I thought that there was already an agreement ready to be signed. But then Yariv Levin and Itamar Ben-Gvir knocked on the table and threatened to dissolve the government. The Prime Minister, Lapid said, panicked, surrendered to them, and the law of reasonableness was passed in the most extreme form possible. Netanyahu's Likud party responded to Lapid's call for a freeze, writing, Yair Lapid is ready to talk with Abu Mazen without preconditions, referring there to Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. But for Likud, they said, he is setting a list of preconditions for talks. We invite Lapid to enter into negotiations today so that we can all reach a broad agreement. Lapid, by the way, also responded to a report from Ynet speculating on the possibility of a unity government with Lapid and Benny Gantz from the opposition and Netanyahu. But Israeli media cited Lapid, saying that as long as Netanyahu is at the helm of such a government, that is not an option, citing the prime minister's corruption trial and more. Lapid saying, I am the first one who would set up a coalition with Likud, but it's impossible with Netanyahu. And the prime minister yesterday announced the launch of a major transportation initiative that will connect Israel from top to bottom, the One Israel project, to link the entire country with a fast railway from Kiryat Shmona in the north to Eilat in the south. Netanyahu said, my vision is that every citizen in the country will be able to go to and from the center of the country from anywhere in the state in less than 2 hours. In most cases, it will be less than 1 hour, and even less than that. No traffic jams, no air pollution, no parking problems, comfortably and safely, calling it a huge revolution. The American Jewish Committee launched a new media campaign to fight online anti-Semitism, releasing 4 short videos to raise awareness, share Jewish pride, and also, the AJC said, reinforce the need for all people to act against anti-Semitism, and includes allies of the Jewish community amplifying the need to fight anti-Jewish hate.
91% of U.S. adults
say that anti-Semitism
is a problem for everyone.
It affects society as a whole.
Anti-Semitism is not a Jewish problem, it's sort of a people problem.
Fighting anti-Semitism is important to me because fighting that type of hate is fighting all hate.
If it happens to one of us, it happens to all of us.
Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, July the 31st. At 7 o'clock, author Lucinda Franks talks about her book, Timeless, Love, Morgenthau, and Me. At 8, Abigail Pogrebin speaks with novelist Elizabeth Benedict about her unconventional memoir, Rewriting Illness, A View of My Own. At 8:30, we hear from Dana Modan about her film Significant Other. At 9, it's part 2 of Ken Spiro on L'chaim. At 10, New York clergy talk about the essential question of Jewish identity. And coming up next, it's Good Week, Israel. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, July the 31st, 2023. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.